Sharma and you are watching Attention Required. Just 5 days have passed since the world observed World Environment Day. While we all in personal capacity pledge to be environment savior. What if I told you your clothes from Zara, H&M or for say Sarojini Market are one of the major polluters? I'm talking about the shady world of the fashion industry. Fast fashion. Fast fashion has radically transformed the textile industry. There is a reason why youth tends to get attracted towards such clothing. More on this report by Ajaypal Choudhary.
Fashion is a form of expression. What you wear says a lot about you. Fashion today is a huge part of our culture. Indians spend 5,500 billion on buying clothes in 2018, a jump from 2,000 billion they spent in 2010. Women's wear contribute almost 38% and is largely dominated by ethnic apparel such as saris and suits. Fashion has become an obsession now with research showing that humans get physical high with shopping. The robust growth in this segment can be attributed to the rising income levels, rising number of working women and more college-going females. Saurabh Bhalerao, Associate Professor, Industry Research, Care Rating said in a report. The shift in demographics and the number of people residing in urban areas has helped Indians household access more brands. Zara and H&M have already crossed rupees 1000 crore in turnover in India. Fast fashion is a series of chain retailers who look at the growing trends on social media and run away and make garments really quickly. It's about making clothes quick, cheap and disposable. Fast fashion is a trend now. Just have a look at the college-going students of IIMC today.
So where do you shop usually?
Actually, I usually shop from online sites, and when it comes to my desktop, it's from Flipkart.
So this is slightly personal question, but how much do you spend on your fashion?
Okay, you should never ask a girl how much she spends on her fashion. You're asking me monthly?
Monthly, yearly?
Okay, not yearly. I can't tell you approximately how much I spend monthly or yearly, but I can give you an average answer for that. Okay, I spend I think 1000 to 1500, not more than that.
So do you get influenced by these, like nowadays there are Insta influencer and there are YouTube influencer who influence people on fashion or all that. Do you get influenced by them?
No, not much. Not much. I get influenced sometimes, but rarely. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि I watch them wearing some kind of a clothes and sure मैं तुरंत जाकर मार्केट जाके वही सेम क्लोथ्स ले आऊँ. No. मतलब मैं उस तरीके की इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं होती. हाँ, देखती हूँ कि हाँ ये चीज़ें अच्छी लग रही है. मे बी दैट काइंड ऑफ अ क्लोथ और दैट काइंड ऑफ मटेरियल सूट्स मी, बट नॉट प्रोबेबली, बिकॉज हमेशा ये नहीं होता. नॉट ऑलवेज सम अदर पर्सन अगर कोई एक कपड़ा पहन कर रखा हुआ है किसी इंसान ने, तो दैट डजंट मीन कि वो चीज़ आपके ऊपर भी सूट करेगी, इक्वली सूट करेगी.
Basic idea of Sarojini Nagar is also knockoff, which resembles the design of the original. Fast fashion is great, but it also means that we are drowning in clothes. We are only keeping half of what you buy. It's about feeling of luxury without paying the full price. Fast fashion companies are killing legacy brands. One such example is Zara, which has perfected the craft of cake manufacturing, but not many know what it does to the environment. In 2015, the chemicals produced did more harm than international flights and maritime shipping combined. The fast fashion is slowly creating an impact on society which might not be irreversible. What we need is sustainable fashion to keep the earth going.
Fast fashion is a concept in which consumer buy trendy clothes at cheaper price. In other terms, it also be called as use and throw fashion. The size of Indian fashion industry is 5,000 billion rupees, in which college-going women, students, and increasing level of Indian incomes of Indian households is playing a big role. The knockoffs, or the we call as first copy clothes, are available at markets like Sarojini Market, Janpat, and many other places. But the issue come with fast fashion is the issue of sustainability. The sustainability of environment, the sustainability of clothes, the sustainability of well-being of our planet is threatened by fast fashion, because in these fashions the trend change every day. So the clothes go off market in just in 7 days or 15 days. So we have to think about the sustainability of environment, and we have to plan a robust campaign to aware our youth about sustainability of market. Fast fashion is a luxury in which we can buy cheap clothes, we can buy trendy clothes at cheap price, but we also have to think about our sustainability of our planet, and we have to create awareness about it. With cameraman Aman Raj, I am Ajaypal Choudhary signing off for The Witness.
56 million tons of clothing are sold every year. International companies are locked in ongoing race to create new styles and win higher profits. And this gigantic expansion is set to continue. This sector is forecast to grow by 60% by 2030. But what is the marketing behind the large industry? Is it just the e-commerce website or social media platforms which are catering to the fast fashion market? Here's the witness report.
Fast fashion's rise to prominence has been no coincidence. Today, we will be talking about the role of marketing in fast fashion. Fast fashion has been driven by a relentless increase in social media usage, combined with brands that are now understood exactly how to connect with a young, style-hungry audience. E-commerce spending on fashion and beauty is expected to reach $672 billion by 2023, the highest of any industry. Fashion consumers are not only buying more, but they are increasing in number. In India, of e-commerce consumer in the apparel segment is expected to reach more than 446 million users by 2025. Marketing through social media has given a major boost to fast fashion. 21% of consumers made a purchase directly from an ad in 2019, and this number went up to 31% in 2020. 90% of Instagram users are now following business accounts. Shopping apps also have a guiding influence. 2/3 of consumers are now download them, making them the most popular app category.
Is the fashion we are wearing on our sleeves as a means of our expression sustainable? What price does it has? What is the issue of sustainability of fast fashion or so-called trending fashion? Here is Vimal's report on sustainability for the witness.
These clothes are not trendy, wear something else. This design is almost everywhere. This isn't trend, order it. By saying this, we keep on ordering new shoes and clothes very frequently. Fashion keeps on changing and we keep on discarding our older clothes. According to the women youth, wearing the same clothes more than twice is not trendy, and due to this trend, every year we generate 91 million tons of waste, whose value are more than $500 million. Not just this, in making these clothes, from electricity to water, whatever resources are used are very huge. You will be amazed to know that the fashion industry contributes 8% of total carbon emissions, and that is more than the combined emission of global international aviation and shipping industry.
Lately, you all must have noticed that more and more fashion brands are coming up with their sustainable lineup or their sustainable initiatives. While this may seem really good that wow, fashion is finally becoming eco-friendly, finally becoming ethical, all that glitters is not green. This situation may be true for some small businesses and homegrown brand, but is definitely not true for fast fashion as whole. What fast fashion, the name itself means is that it is fast. The collection changes really fast. If we talk about the leading fast fashion brands like Zara, H&M, they change literally every week. Their entire collection changes weekly. So where does all this leftover collection goes? They are definitely not sold out in a week. So where it goes is landfills in third world countries. They literally ship it across the world. That is not sustainable, no matter how much they justify it. Another thing that this industry does not tell you is that textile dye is the world's second biggest polluter of water. And even if they claim to use cotton fabrics, cotton also uses such pesticides that deeply damage the water table and soil. So it is all a hoax and all a gimmick. It is not sustainable at all. In fact, the term sustainability itself is open to interpretation and often a tool for greenwashing. And what is greenwashing? Greenwashing is actually showing your products to be more eco-friendly, more sustainable than they actually are. And the best example of it is the H&M conscious label under H&M, or Shein appointing a sustainability head in its company. These are all these are all fast fashion brands, and they are far from sustainability, yet they greenwash and make people buy it because apparently sustainability, more than its meaning, it's more of a trend right now, and they are using and exploiting it.
Would rate fast fashion is a term used to describe the clothing industry replicating the catwalks. Well, when it is considered as production across the world, it has been considered as 85 to 90% women work in this industry, which is the labor who is producing and who is into the manufacturing of the garments. Southeast Asia and Southeast are the major producer of fast fashion clothing. Now, here coming to the fast fashion clothing, what are the repercussions? We are emitting almost 80 grew in the latest 20th century, where we saw the supply chain was quite productive. The supply chain was quite efficient. The retailers who employ in the fast fashion, the brands are Priyamm, Zara, Shein and H&M. Now, seeing the fast fashion, how the trend has been getting changed. The youngsters, they just want to wear the couple of clothing just for one time or for two time, and then they just want to discard it, which is actually impacting the environment on a very bad and on a larger scale. We as consumers, we must understand that this fast fashion, this is emitting almost 8 to 10% of the carbon. So here there are a couple of checks. Being as a consumer who can keep an eye on it, and probably the bigger brand just like Gucci, Armani, or the international, multinational, if I can say, the brands, they are now looking at the second-hand model base basically. So the branded stuff people are now ready to buy, and they are accepting the same, that they can buy the second-hand sale as well, which are in good condition.
The shocking thing is fashion industry uses 70 billion cubic meters of water every year. And this is happening when there is scarcity of water for 2.5 billion people. Use of plastic in clothes generates a lot of microplastic. According to reports, the reason for 20 to 35% of microplastic found in the ocean is apparel industry. So, because of buying clothes so frequently causes water pollution, water wastage, water generation and carbon emission.
Fast and trendy fashion has a considerable toll on environmental sustainability. However, people are becoming conscious and they are opting for sustainable brands. As per a research, 75% of respondents said that they would opt for sustainable fashion brands and would use second hand so as to reduce consumption. Experts estimate that size of sustainable fashion industry is going to become of $8 billion by the year 2023. Rather than opting for fast and trendy fashion, we should opt for sustainable and evergreen fashion. Signing off for The Witness with cameraman Himanshu, Kaushal, this is Vimal Jha.
The luxury of these cheap garments come at high price, a catastrophic environment impact. The claims made by different brands about sustainability is a hoax. The industry is responsible for 10% of greenhouse emission. 35% of microplastic in ocean are from clothes. Furthermore, big industry are also responsible for deteriorating condition of the workforce in their factories. It is time we need to focus on the aspect of fashion industry because attention required on the fast fashion. It is time to say goodbye for this segment. This is Sharma and you are watching Attention Required. Stay tuned for more news on The Witness.